my first video, I am going to discuss with you here some of the flash facts and some of the flashcards, and or you can say some of the quick revision of topic-wise videos. It may help you to recall your knowledge and like space repetition or like that. You can say like that. If you enjoy the video, please let me know in the comments what about the video. It's good or bad. It may help me or help me making more videos and more stuffs like. So here the first question is portal hypertension can caused by internal or external hemorrhoids. Listen, first of all, this video is starting with the anatomy section of the gastroenterology. In the anatomy section, this basically starting from the embryology or like not embryology, from gastroenterology. This will cover the series of video about the gastroenterology, right? So portal hypertension can be caused by internal or external hemorrhoids. Let you think. Answer is internal hemorrhoids. Portal hypertension can cause by internal hemorrhoids. How it is caused by the internal hemorrhoids? Let's get discuss about that. Venous drainage above the pectinate line. Hope you remember about the pectinate line. Is pectinate line is basically present between the endoderm and the ectoderm, which is formed by the hindgut. The hindgut is basically present like the part of our rectum, the last part of the our GIT, right? This is called the hindgut. The hindgut is where the endoderm and ectoderm meet, right? This is called as the pectinate line. As you clearly seen in this image right here, pectinate line is present. Pectinate line, other name is also called dentate line, as you can see here. Next, understand this question. You can see here the venous supply of the above the pectinate line and below the pectinate line. The difference is here in the venous supply. In the venous supply, above the pectinate line, the superior rectal veins which drain the blood from the rectal part above the pectinate line is supplied to just drain next into the inferior mesenteric vein, then to the splenic vein, then to the portal vein, right? So portal hypertension is caused by the internal hemorrhoids is cleared by here. Let compare with the below the pectinate line. What happened below the pectinate line, where the you can see where the and ectoderm is present, right? And the endoderm is above the pectinate line. Below the pectinate line, the inferior rectal vein, right? Inferior rectal vein is transferred internal peduncle vein, and then to the internal iliac vein, and then to the comal iliac vein, finally drain into the finally like goes into the inferior vena cava. So they not go into the portal veins. So portal hypertension basically caused by the caused by veins which are present above the pectinate line, and this is called caused by the internal hemorrhoids. Let's get discuss more about that. Above pectinate line, the internal hemorrhoids is called. These hemorrhoid basically related with which type of cancer, you have to remember about that. This is called as adenocarcinoma, right? Adenocarcinoma. Next, internal hemorrhoids receive visceral innervation, therefore not painful. So you have to remember here the internal hemorrhoids are not painful and external hemorrhoids are painful. Below the pectinate line, external hemorrhoids is called. Next, and anal fissures. So you have to remember here below the pectinate line, external hemorrhoids, anal fissures are present, and squamous cell carcinoma is present. So you have to like I'm going to mention here about that. So here below the pectinate line, we will see the external hemorrhoids, we will see the anal fissures, we will see the squamous cell carcinoma, right? So these three things we will see below the pectinate line. So external hemorrhoid receive somatic innervation. क्या होता है? External hemorrhoids receive somatic innervation and inferior rectal branches of the pudendal nerve. Which nerve? Pudendal nerve. Inferior rectal branches of the pudendal nerve. Next, are therefore painful. These are the painful, and these hemorrhoids are the painful, right? And internal hemorrhoids are not painful. You have okay. Let's further discuss about the anal fissures, right? Let me clear all this. Okay, about the anal fissures. Anal fissures is basically present below the pectinate line, right? Below the pectinate line, these fissures are present. So this fissures is basically look like a tear in the mucosa below the pectinate line, right? This you can see here the tear below the mucosa. A tear in the mucosa below the pectinate line, and these are what are the mean like mnemonic PPP. These are the mnemonic for that. We can say this is a pain while popping, right? We will see the pain while popping, and blood in the toilet. Toilet, we will see the blood in the toilet, and posteriorly because the area is poorly perfused. This is called the area is poorly perfused. This in the below the pectinate line. This is called as the anal fissure. It's associated with the what are the for what these are associated, basically these are associated with the low fiber diet and the constipation, who person who have constipation and taking the low fiber diet, right? So this is the one thing. Let's go to the next question. Okay, this is our next question. Portal triad exists within the, like, portal triad exists within the which ligament, right? Let's get answer. If you remember, it will be very good. This is present in the hepatoduodenal ligament, portal triad. So you have to remember about the portal triad. Portal triad is basically consists of the proper hepatic artery, common bile duct, and portal vein. Let's get see here. These are the this is the portal triad which is present in the hepatoduodenal ligament, the ligament which connect the hepatic liver and the duodenum part. This ligament is basically consist of the like portal triad. This portal triad is consist of three structure. You have to remember here portal like portal hepatic artery, common bile duct, and portal vein, right? These are the three structure. And you have to Pringle maneuver. Pringle maneuver is used during surgery. We have to bind by index finger and thumb to the hepatoduodenal ligament. We will study about that in the further, like, further videos, right? In the gastrosplenic artery and all this image you can remember here. This is called a placiform ligament. So you have to remember in this video and in this question is the portal triad is basically consist of the three things: portal hepatic artery, common bile duct, and the portal vein, right? So portal hepatic artery, common bile duct, and portal vein. So next, let's go to our next question. The tail of the pancreas is which type of peritoneal? It's intraperitoneal, it's retroperitoneal, it's like that. So answer is this is called as intraperitoneal. So you have to remember the structure which are related with the retroperitoneal structures. In retroperitoneal structures, they include GI structure that lack a mesentery and non-GI structure, right? So the lack a mesentery and non-GI structure, injury to retroperitoneal structure can cause bleeding, can cause blood or gas accumulation in the retroperitoneal structure. So what is the meaning of retroperitoneal? The meaning of retroperitoneal is the structure which is present posterior to the peritoneum. Peritoneum is the just a sac-like structure, like ball-like structure, which basically cover the organs. This is the classical mnemonic, which is basically used for the uh, remembering the retroperitoneal structure. Let's remind this structure, this mnemonic first of all, then we are going to study a little bit of the understanding of the retroperitoneal structure. The first one is the suprarenal structure. The adrenal gland is basically the retroperitoneal structure, and the aorta and the vena cava. This is very important coming in the so many questions. Aorta and vena cava is the retroperitoneal structure. Duodenum, second and the fourth part of the duodenum is basically retroperitoneal. Pancreas except tail, all the pancreas is the retroperitoneal, extract tail is the intraperitoneal structure. As you see in this question, we already studied tail is the intraperitoneal structure, right? And the uterus is basically consist of the not shown. This is also called the retroperitoneal colon. Descending and ascending colon is the retroperitoneal structure. Ascending and descending transverse colon is not. This is called the intraperitoneal, right? Kidney is the retroperitoneal. Esophagus is thoracic portion of the esophagus is basically caused as the retroperitoneal, not shown. And rectum is partially retroperitoneal. So let's get see here the structure which are present in the retroperitoneal. This is the pancreas, this is the peritoneum, this is called the ascending and duodenum, the second and the fourth part of the duodenum. And we can you can take the screenshot or anything else. This is a very good image here. Duodenum and jejunum is basically some part of the this descending colon, ascending and descending colon are recent. This is called the retroperitoneal structure. Kidney is the retroperitoneal structure, inferior vena cava, and the aorta is the retroperitoneal structure. As you can see, this is the vertebra. As you can see in this image, the vertebral structure is the vertebral single vertebra. This is the body of the vertebra. This is the transverse processes. This is the spinal processes, and like that. So you have to remember this structure clearly, and you here the radiographical image is also present here, like ascending colon, descending colon, and aorta and inferior vena cava. These are the all the retroperitoneal structure, the structure which are present posterior to the peritoneum. Okay, next question. The venous drainage below or above the pectinate line. We already studied about the pectinate line. Let's go through this. Okay, let's go through it very fast about the pectinate line. Answer is therefore, the venous drainage above the pectinate line lead to the portal vein. You already know. So we already studied about. Therefore, the portal hypertension can cause the internal hemorrhoids. As you can see here, this is called the venous drainage. It starts from rectal vein to the inferior mesenteric vein to the splenic vein to the portal vein. We already studied, right? About the pectinate line, we already studied in detail. You can recall it. I will fastly tell you, and you remember it all the things. This is called the pectinate line, which is differentiated the upper part and the lower part of the we can say upper part is upper part of lower part of the hind gut. This is called the upper part is endoderm, lower part is ectoderm. Where they both are made, this is called the pectinate line. Upper part of the pectinate line is basically relate with the internal hemorrhoids and the adenocarcinoma. Lower part of the pectinate line basically relate with the external hemorrhoid, anal fissure, and the squamous cell carcinoma. Right? Upper parts are the non-painful, and lower parts are lower part of the pectinate line are painful. Right? This upper part is basically uh, upper part. This is about the upper part is cause the portal hypertension. Lower part is not cause portal hypertension. Lower part is basically related with the somatic like somatic innervation, the rectal branches of the pudendal nerve, and this is basically the painful because there is the nerves are present here. The anal fissure is related with the lower part of the rectum or lower part of the pectinate line. Anal fissure is the tear like appearance of the mucosa, right? This we can say the blood in the stool, or we can say painful popping and the perfused uh, posteriorly and poorly perfused. This is occur in the patient who has the low fiber diet and the constipation. So this is all about that. Let's get meet into the next video. Please, if you like this video, get subscribe and let me know below in the comments, is this helpful to you or not? I Whether I should make new videos about this kind of things or not. Let me know, please. It will give me a bounce back or like that. Thank you so much.